So a hugely popular streaming application has now been taken down following a DMCA notice issued by Sky. Now, this application would allow people to watch movies and TV shows, but what made the application that little bit special, it was open source, it didn't have any adverts, it aggregated content from many different streaming sites and put all of that content into a single application. So very, very popular. But as we know in this arena, when applications or websites become very popular, that's when the heat comes, that's when the authorities take notice, and then they try their absolute best to shut you down, give you an ultimatum, or just do whatever they can in their power to make sure that no one can use your website or application or service. Now, this news broke on Torrent Free, and we can see that this DMCA notice was sent to GitHub on behalf of Sky UK. Now, if you didn't know, GitHub is a free repository where people share code, open source code, so people can then see the code, they can potentially fork it or just use it to maybe start a different application or something like that. And because the code is open source and everybody can see it, it just gives you that little bit more of comfort or assurance that the application is not going to have malware or anything malicious in there. Now, interestingly enough, the complaint that they issued was all about a single episode of a particular show. Now, interestingly enough, they say here that one criticism of legitimate streaming platforms like Netflix, like Disney, is they don't really have much of a content discovery. Now, I would actually disagree with that you can get other applications like Just Watch or like Real Good. These applications are specifically designed for that. They can aggregate all of the content from your official streaming services and put that into a single app. And when you find what you want to watch, when you click on that, that then loads the respective application. Now, with this application, CloudStream version 3, we can see that this application allowed you to search multiple different websites, online places where you can find free streaming content, and it put all of that into that single application. And it's saying this is the problem that the application tried to solve, where you'd have the ability to search multiple resources from a single interface. Now, the great thing about the application also was the fact that it didn't have any adverts. So one of the things that people get frustrated with these free applications is lots of them have really intrusive adverts, and in many cases it's unskippable adverts. So you try to watch something, you may see a big sort of pop-up advert, or halfway through the film you may see another advert. But again, with CloudStream, it's a completely open source ad-free streaming experience. This is almost sounding like a promotional pitch, but I'm just telling you what the application was, what it did, and the fact that it's now been taken offline. Now we can see here that this is what the application looked like. You had the ability to search for content, you could download content, lots of different features, and it was actually on its third iteration. So it's been revised, they've added in new features, it's reported clean on the major antivirus checkers, and it aggregates more than 50 sites. So instead of you going to 50 different streaming sites and checking, does this site have this movie or does this site have that TV show, from this single application, it would go ahead and search 50 plus of those sites automatically for you. Some of the ones that I'm sure you'll recognize, like these ones, which I'm not going to name, but we can see it really was searching some of the most popular sites and trying to find that content for you. And I mean, that particular one here already has tens and millions of monthly visitors, and that's just one site. So imagine that multiplied with 50 very, very popular sites, lots of content, lots of TV shows. So you can see this application, which aggregated all of that content, why it would be considered very, very popular. Now you can see it's been in development by this username here for some time, but yesterday he received that copyright infringement complaint. And the great thing is we can actually see this complaint here. So let me just show you that now. So this is the complaint that was filled out, and the company that's actually doing this down here is this COP JRA, which is one of the companies that they support is Sky. So they're authorized on behalf of their client. Are you authorized to act on the copyright owner's behalf? And we can see it says, yes, I'm authorized. Here we can see they've actually created a ticket number. They're complaining about something hosted on GitHub. And we can see here that they're writing on behalf of Sky UK Limited. They are the exclusive owners of this particular show, and this application is now giving illegal and unauthorized access to that TV series called Riviera. I'm not sure what that is, but that's what they're complaining about. So that particular series, apparently they're saying this application is giving people unauthorized access to watch that. And what's really funny is they even give you the step-by-step instructions on how you can go ahead and watch that. So they're saying, find this application, this name here, I'm not going to name it again, but find this application here, install the application. At the bottom, click on search, type in Riviera, select this trailers.to, and then you can then see the content, click on episode 1, and you're now watching that content. So very oddly, they've actually given you the step-by-step instructions for somebody else to follow if they also want to use this application and watch that content. And then we can see it's asking what files should be taken down, and it's saying the application should be taken down. And then here we just have some more information, and they're saying that the content must be removed. And then we have the address here. So very interesting that they actually posted that as a public takedown notice. And if I just scroll down here, yeah, it received a copyright infringement complaint, and as a result, that particular repo on GitHub is now suspended. And then we can see it was issued by this company here, and they specialize in online investigations and have customers like Mediaset and obviously Sky. And we can see that this is what they issued, that company is exclusive owner of the distribution and rights of those channels, and your application is including or providing legal and unauthorized access to that series, which is this one here. So that's what their complaint was, that's what they sent to the company, and it was then taken offline. And this really is a key point, that disclaimers actually mean nothing, because I'm sure you've seen on other applications or maybe under some videos where other YouTubers may try to give you step-by-step instructions on how you can, watch illegal content or watch, TV shows, stuff that we know would get taken down, and it's not the official way to watch a movie or a TV show. But they put these disclaimers in there saying like this video is only for educational use, or this video is, just a tutorial. And then also in the case of applications like FileLinked or some of those applications, we can see those ones would have disclaimers like this saying like our application does not host any content directly. It's up to the user to create their own stores. They can store their own content, host their own content. None of that is held by our own application. But as we've seen in the past, when the authorities come, when that pressure comes, in all cases, those applications didn't actually contain any movies or TV shows. All they provided was just an ability to search the internet, find streams hosted on different file hosts, and just present that into a nice interface. So even though the application itself didn't contain any of that content, they were just linking stuff off Google, off different places, those applications were still shut down, because at the end of the day, when those authorities come, it's basically you versus them, and they know you're not going to be able to fight it. They've got the money, they've got the legal teams, they've got the pressure, and they're just going to force you to shut down, because in reality, it's going to be very difficult for a single person or a couple of developers to really fight these massive companies. And that's why in most cases, once that pressure comes, these applications just end up going offline. And we can see this other very popular TV application called Kuko TV. This one was also hosted on GitHub, and that was also taken down. So it just shows you guys, again, when these things get very popular, that pressure will definitely come, and these companies, these massive media companies, because of the money and their legal teams, they will literally just send everything to you, and it just becomes very difficult to fight, very difficult to stand your ground, and in most cases it just gets shut down. And just before you go, guys, if you don't have a VPN or you're not happy with your current VPN, HyperVanish are doing a crazy promotion just for the next 2 weeks, whereby you can get total protection for all of your devices, your phones, your tablets, your Firesticks, your Android TVs, all devices covered at maximum speed, unlimited bandwidth, with confirmed zero data logging at just over $3 a month. So really at that price point, to get all of that protection, I think it's an absolute no-brainer. So please do leave me a comment below and let me know how long this fight against piracy will happen. Will the big guys win, or is it a case of one application down, 5 new applications start up? So do leave me a comment below, let me know, and I'll hopefully catch up with you guys real soon. Thanks.